Hello folks, my name is Mike Kittner from Amazing Area Photos, and I'm here to talk about a new product that's made in France called the GiroCAM. It's actually a 360 degree panoramic camera, and it's actually 360 degree around about 150 degrees down, so it doesn't quite give you the whole bottom part. So you'll have to do a little stitching there to kind of clean that up. How this unit works is it actually has 3 lenses up on top here, which you can see. And they're all strategically placed so that when it takes its photo, it uses a product on the inside from Kohler to actually stitch those images together. Little options that we have on the front here is we actually have 5 different settings. We have the off, the HDR mode, the photo mode, and we have a configuration A and B for customizing. We actually have a shoot button. We have a USB adapter on the side, and basically you can use the red adapter that was supplied along with your iPhone or iPad charger to actually charge it, and then they also give you a black cable for data, and you plug that in and you can copy your data from the unit down to your computer. On the back here you can open this up, and here we can put in our SD card, which is, there is a limitation to this. The maximum you can put in is 16 gigs. And then below that, you also have your battery. So your battery is about this size, which isn't too bad. It's a 3.7 volt battery. I haven't had it run out of battery on me yet, so I'm not really sure of the length in which it will last. So I still have to do some tests there. Then on the top there's also a small bubble level at the top so that you can make sure that when you're actually setting the unit up, it's as stable as or it's level as it possibly can be. So to turn this unit on, what we actually do is, and this took me a little while to figure this out the first time, you actually twist this, and when you twist that unit, that will actually cause the unit to turn on. It must be my battery connection there is a little weak. Ah, there we go. Okay, now we fired up. Not quite sure what happened there, but we're at least now working. And it'll give you a little intro that what it's actually doing to fire it up. Now, once it's in its mode, you have a couple different settings that you can actually do. The HDR mode works very nicely, but you got to make sure that your subjects are not moving, or you will get some blurred results. I've been using a lot in the photo mode, which actually works quite well, and providing the lighting is pretty decent. What you can also do, which is kind of unique, is you can slide this in between the 2 modes of like the header and the photo, and actually flip it to sound. So if you press this button, that gives you the full sound, no sound, a level 1 sound, a level 2 sound, and a level 3 sound. And we'll leave it on level 3 so you can hear the different noises it creates as it goes through its stages. And we'll put this in standard photo mode, and we'll just set it on the desk here, and we'll tell it to take a picture. So you can control the countdown time in a variety of different settings when you're actually taking the picture. So we'll try to smile for the camera. So that particular noise that actually went off says that I took the photo, and now what it's doing is actually stitching the photo. When it actually stitches a photo, it will actually make this noise. That noise actually scared the heck out of my cat and dog when it first went off. And it is an interesting noise that they chose for when it's completed. And now it's pretty much ready to take that data and send it over to the computer. So let's see how that works. Okay, now over here on, once I put in the card, I pulled out the SD here, and we're actually going to load up this card, and this is basically the contents that you see on there. you actually have the GIR file, which is the Kohler GiroCAM Studio file that it actually creates. And then after it generates using the GiroCAM Studio package, it'll actually generate 3 different TIFF files along with a .panel file. So if you own AutoPanel Giga, you can also use that in conjunction with this application. And at the same time, it also generates a JPEG image from this Studio package. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take that last image that we just took here, which is this panel 039 GIR, and we're going to go over to our GiroCAM Studio package, and we're going to open that particular folder, and that should bring in my last 2 images, which is 37 and 38 that I was playing with. So 38 and 39. 39 is what we'll actually use for this test. So we'll select that particular image and then actually hit the render button. And I'm not going to modify any settings or anything like that. I'm just going to use the defaults that actually come with the product. Now once that's rendered, you can kind of see how quickly you can see the results. Here's picture 1, picture 2, and picture 3 from the 3 different eyes that were in the system. And then this half of the screen will actually show you the adjustments to screen based upon what settings that you use down here on the side, whether you're adjusting the brightness, contrast, or gamma. And we'll just use those generic settings that actually come with it. This is the original image before we started. This is what it is after it finished. So let's actually apply and save that. So now if we go to where these files are being stored, these are the 3 files that it actually generated. It generated, or excuse me, 4 files. It actually generated the JPEG image, and we'll take a look at that actual image. And as you can see, it's not too bad. Considering the light or the window in the background here, some of the foreground colors, it did pretty good on the stitching. However, when you zoom in, the resolution does have a tendency to break up a little bit, but it's really not bad at all, considering. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the actual package inside. These are the 3 TIFF files it actually created. So this come from 1 image. I'm going to slide this over. And again, I'm just using the standard Windows photo viewer versus my Lightroom or anything like that, so that you can see that there's nothing fancy that I'm adding here. Here's the 2nd image that it took. Here's the 3rd image that it took. So not too bad, and this was an experiment that I was doing earlier. I was trying to take this image and stitch on the bottom, which I still need to work on that yet. Open this image here. So we'll just preview that with Windows Photo Viewer. And we'll kind of zoom in. So you can see there, you know, the stitching is pretty unique. The software did its job. Everything seems to be quite well. There's a couple little things that are a little off here in the corner, which isn't too bad. And on the other side, it looks pretty decent. The tough part at this point is trying to get rid of this bottom part of the imaging. And that's what I was trying to experiment with by using that other photo to see if I can blend that on there to try to get rid of that. I do get a lot of glare though. If you notice right next to my eye here, there's a blue glare. Some of the other examples that I've taken pictures of, clarity is pretty good, color is pretty good across the top. Has some pretty good results with that. So the tough part, the next part we got to figure out is try to get rid of this bottom part so that we can have a nice full photo stitch. And then here's another example that was actually taken outside, which isn't too bad. So again, this is where we generated our image. Okay, so now that once we've created this, what we'll actually do is bring up our tour package. And I'm actually using Kohler's package for the tour, which I really like. And we will drop in one of our outside images. And it's not too bad. As you can see, it looks pretty decent. And then I can also move this around, which isn't too bad. I was actually just using a monopod and I had the camera up in the air, so it's not too bad. So the trick part is trying to get rid of this center diamond now out of the bottom, which ain't too bad. But the resolution is a little poor. Even if I send this up to a high quality version, it's not too bad, but I wish it was a little bit better. Let's try dropping in the panel that we just created in the room. So here's our original panel, and again, it's not too bad. I'm hoping that I'll be able to take this and maybe run this in AutoPanel Giga and maybe be able to clean up some of these corners or put in some extra control points to be able to handle that. But in all, it's really not too bad. For a first attempt out, I think it's a pretty good try. Okay, so my name is Mike Kittner from Amazing Arrow Photos and i360views.com. I hope this tutorial demo was worthwhile, and if all goes well, I'll try to make 2 or 3 more as I continue to build my library here on using the GiroCAM. Thank you very much and have a great day.